Welcome to Morning Stretch, Yoga with Tina. So today's low and slow. We're starting in Shavasana or resting pose. We are not staying there very long, so I would invite you to your mat. As you invite yourself to the mat, just get yourself nice and relaxed. Start disconnecting from anything that may have been keeping you up last night. Perhaps a storm, perhaps some worries or some stress. So really just start drawing the focus in on yourself. Maybe give some gratitude for showing up for yourself today. And just allowing yourself to settle into the mat. So stretch the body out all the way in resting pose. And when I invite people to resting pose, I always encourage to start with an engaged body. So engaged meaning the muscles are engaged. Release those shoulders away from the ears. Allow the engagement of the legs. Try and keep the knees and the heels kind of hip width apart. So not hip width meaning the bottom, hip width meaning your hip bones. And allow those muscles to engage. Maybe even flex the feet to kind of assist with that engagement. Release the shoulders, engage the arms, palms facing up, and then draw the chin just slightly towards the chest. On the next exhale, soften and release. Allow the feet to naturally open to the side of the mat. Allow the arms to soften and naturally move away from the body. Still keep the chin drawn towards the chest, just slightly. That keeps the very top of the spine open and engaged. And then starting at the top of the head, washing over the body and through the bottoms of the feet, just start scanning to see where the body feels good today, see where you're holding on to tension. See where you may need to pay a little bit more attention to today. Respecting those areas, but also nurturing those areas. Invite the eyes to close or to soften or be still. Notice the rise and the fall of the stomach with the inhales and the exhales. Release any tension from the jaw, keeping the lips closed, maybe bringing separation between the top and bottom teeth, and releasing the tongue from the top of the mouth. Notice the parts of the body that are connected with the earth. Feel the cool air moving over the skin. Taking just a moment to give gratitude for the body's abilities and for the mind's abilities as we begin the practice. Taking 5 deep inhales and exhales, in through the nose. Allow the air to fill the lungs, expand the ribs, sip into the chest. Long, slow exhales to release. Draw the belly button all the way into the backbone to fully expel any leftover air from the night before. With each inhale, try to slow the breath down. Maybe inviting a pause at the top. And with the exhale, slowly drain the breath in the opposite order. Finishing with drawing that belly button in towards the backbone, inviting the hold at the bottom. 3 more deep breaths in through the nose. Long, slow exhales to release. Keeping the jaw soft. Allowing the shoulders to release, giving space to be able to fully inhale. One more time. Holding at the bottom of the exhale. Starting to align the knees and the toes just to bring the legs into alignment, but no need to keep them engaged. Maybe engage the core just a little bit. On the inhale, sweep the arms up and over, reaching overhead, flexing the feet. On the exhale, open the arms up wide, circle them down towards the sides. 3 more times. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and over. Engage the whole body, stretching. Exhale, open the arms up wide, releasing them to the sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. On the next inhale, draw both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. Rocking side to side. And then holding onto the knees, slow circles in one direction and the other. And then slowly invite the bottoms of the feet together, pressing the bottoms of the feet together, maybe holding on to the ankles or the shins, using the leverage of the elbows to release the knees away from the body. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then slowly release the feet to the mat, step the feet away, so bringing the feet closer to the longer edges of the mat. Release the arms to the sides, and then slowly release the knees to the left-hand side. Reach the arms up and over, maybe clasping hands with yourself, reaching the fists away from the body, trying to release that right hip towards the earth, so not bringing a spinal twist into this movement, just starting to warm up the hips. Continue with the breath, continue to release the jaw. On the next exhale, slowly reverse sides. So release the knees to the right hand side. So really thinking about releasing the left hip. So now that the knees are off to the right, the left hip kind of rises up. So your choice on the arms, keep stretching overhead or releasing down towards the sides. Engage the core, protecting that lower spine. One more deep breath. On the exhale, release the arms and bring the knees straight up. So bottoms of the feet are tucked in close to the hips, coming into just our baby bridge. So not lifting the hips all the way off, so not lifting the back off of the mat. Release the hands next to the side. No block needed for this one. Feel the weight of the body in the shoulders and in the bottoms of the feet. So planting the hands, slowly just tilting the pelvis up, engage the core. You'll feel the engagement of the glutes and the legs, soften the jaw. And just tilting the pelvis off of the earth. So it really doesn't look like much, but you should feel the engagement of the lower body. And just warming up that lower spine, you can slowly lower and then lift again for a few breaths. Exhale, lower, and then slowly lift again for 3 breaths. Completely release, bottoms of the feet together. So instead of an incline, now we're reclining into the butterfly pose. Gentle pressure on the tops of the legs to release the knees a little bit further. Bottoms of the feet press together, core stays engaged. On the next exhale, draw the knees together and then release them towards the chest. Happy baby. So taking your peace fingers around the big toes. I always smile at this one because it truly does look like a happy baby. So drawing the knees in towards the underarms, bending the elbows, flexing the feet, allowing the body to release. With each exhale, sinking the knees a little bit lower, softening the shoulders away from the body, maybe even rocking side to side here. Maybe letting yourself smile a little bit. One more deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, release. Bring the legs straight out. Reaching the arms overhead, engage the core. Your choice. You can either roll to one side and join us in a seated pose, or engage the core and then slowly lifting the arms, using that slow momentum, reaching, coming all the way up to your seated pose. So setting the body about halfway on the mat, toes and knees pointed up. Find those sit bones, find the alignment of the body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, slowly hinging forward. Still warming the body up, so if it feels better to bend the knees here, soften those knees. You can even hug the body in, so bending them so much that you're hugging the torso towards the legs. Deep inhales and exhales. With each exhale, soften and release. Maybe draw the chin towards the chest. One more deep breath. On the exhale, release the arms and roll the spine all the way up. Nice and slow. Bottoms of the feet together. Bringing the heels in close to the body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. In this pose, again, notice how it changes the stretch if you press the bottoms of the feet together. Shoulders stay soft away from the ears. And then slowly release, coming into a cross-legged posture. Chin towards the chest. And then release. And then as if you were just sliding the head back. So it feels a little bit funny, but it reaches a different section of the ligaments in the neck. Someone described it like you're doing it right if you feel like you've got extra chins. Don't think that's very attractive, but whatever. It was a good description. And then soften and release, find that alignment again. Inhale, slide the head back. Shoulders stay low here. And then soften and release. Right ear to right shoulder, release. The left fingertips down, and then take the right arm and bend it. So bending the elbow, bringing the back of the hand to the small of the back. Just kind of help keeps the alignment. Low and slow days, so we try to hold these poses a little bit longer. On the next exhale, slowly release, switching sides. So right fingertips to the earth, left arm behind, release left ear to left shoulder. So when we hold these postures a little bit longer, it's a bit more of a yin practice. It's a bit more restoring. Sometimes it feels a little bit uncomfortable holding a posture so long, but it helps us to focus on the breath, and we all know the magic that comes from that breath, helping us to remain still and calm, helps us to respond. On the next exhale, slowly release, and then bring the bottoms of the feet together but released out in front of the body. You can either keep the feet released or keep them pressed together. Palms of the hands come together inside and then slide under the legs, coming into turtle. So there's different variations to this one. I like the feet together on this one. I feel like it's a deeper stretch for me. But if it feels better to you to release the feet out to the side, maybe that feels better to you. So play around with it. See which one feels best to you. So maybe the forearms come to the ground. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just fingertips. Try not to enter postures with judgment. I know sometimes new ones can be a little bit intimidating or maybe even a little frustrating, but try and release that. Know that you are learning something new. Your brain is making new connections. Be patient with yourself. Allow yourself the space to learn and grow. One more deep breath in through the nose on the exhale. Soften the shoulders, release the arms. And then curling the body into our tabletop. So just releasing the knees underneath, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Setting up that spine, bringing length into the spine, soften the elbows just slightly. And then bringing the left hand to center, keeping the hips aligned with the short edge of the mat. Release the right arm up and over, starting to bring a small twist into the spine, recentering those hips. And then sending the right fingertips underneath the left arm, releasing that shoulder. So recenter the hips towards the front of the mat, and then invite the left arm to lengthen. So the side of the head can be released down to the mat or even to your block. Just opening up that shoulder. On the next exhale, slowly release the left hand towards the body, pressing up, bringing right hand to center, squaring the hips, and then releasing the left arm up and over. And then taking the left fingertips underneath the right arm, really move that so that you can open the shoulder up, release the right arm out in front, and then start to square the hips to the front of the mat. One more deep breath. On the exhale, release the right hand towards the body, coming back up into tabletop. So bring the hands just slightly forward to give yourself space to step back in plank pose. So release the legs straight. You can stay right in assisted plank. Really just bring those shoulders over the wrists so that you can press into the heels. Eyes are towards the mat, fingertips pressed into the earth. Core is engaged. Everything's probably engaged. Nice long spine. Keep the jaw soft so that you can bring full breath into the body. On the next exhale, release the right knee down and kind of turn the leg, so kind of the right knee is down, and then release that right shin so that it's turning towards the long edge of the mat. Plant the right hand, allow the left foot to turn towards the long edge of the mat. Reach the left arm up and over for modified plank. If you love side planks and you want to do a full side plank, you can invite, ooh, can I do this while I'm talking? You can invite the right leg to join the left. But if you feel like low and slow today, just stay with the modified. Core still stays engaged. You can open this left arm to shine the heart and chest space up towards the sky. On the next exhale, release the left arm down, stepping back into full plank or assisted plank. 5 breaths here. After the 5th exhale, lower the left knee down, turning that left foot towards the left side of the mat, planting the left hand, dialing the right foot down, right toes pointed towards the right side of the mat, and then slowly reaching the right arm up and over, maybe coming back just slightly to shine that chest and heart space. And then if you want to go into full plank, planting that right foot, then slowly allowing the left to straighten and join. Keeping the body active here, so even though we're modified, we are still strengthening. One more deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, slowly release the right arm, stepping both legs back into high plank. 5 breaths. On the next exhale, bending the elbows, slowly lowering the body, stop halfway, and then release all the way down. One hand on top of the other, bending the knees, slow windshield wipering back and forth. And release the legs. Slide the hands right next to the chest, tuck the elbows in tight next to the body. Baby Cobra flow for 5 breaths, or just hold for 5 breaths. So Baby Cobra is usually a little bit higher, so Baby Cobra challenges the triceps a little bit more, engage the core, engage the legs, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. If you prefer to flow, then you just slowly with intention, lower, inhale, lift. One more deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, press the earth all the way away. Knees come together, round the spine for child's pose. And then slowly on the next exhale, release the chin to the chest, roll the spine all the way up. Coming into a cross-legged position, crossing right leg over the left. So finding the sit bones, but also just kind of really crossing. So instead of like just an easy seated pose, we're bringing that knee up so the right foot is planted. And then take right hand behind, bending the left elbow. If the left elbow on the outside of the right, it feels too much, then just hug the knee in. Inhale, we lengthen, exhale, twist. next exhale, unwind, reset. Sitting up nice and tall. Left arm is released behind, taking that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. On the next exhale, slowly unwind and invite the body to lower. Grab your block before you lower down. If you love the core work, modified all the way down, modified boat pose. So you can bring the toes up or keep them connected, your choice. Long spine, nice and slow engagement of the body. So you can reach out. Make sure you can breathe, and then lower all the way down. Bottoms of the feet are together here. We're going to start with the block on the lowest setting. So with these blocks, you've got 3 settings. This is low, turn it up 1, that's medium, and then turn it up to the 3rd, like on the short end, and that's 3. This is the highest setting. So we're going to start with the low setting. So just place the block right under your bum, and release the whole body down. So both feet are planted, bringing the heels in close to the hips. Already that should probably feel really nice. And then just working on the hip flexors a little bit, release the left leg long. Try and flex the foot, and then point the foot, just noticing which is the deeper stretch. If this feels like it's too much, release the block. Maybe let's just double up the mat or use a pillow underneath. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Release the shoulders away from the ears. You can even play with the idea of drawing the right knee in while the left leg is extended. And notice if that changes the stretch or deepens the stretch for you. Slowly release the right foot down. Bending the left knee, switching sides. So extend right leg long here. Really breathe into the space. Notice if the stretch feels deeper by flexing the foot or pointing the foot. So it's kind of your preference here. I feel like it's a little bit deeper stretch for me if I point the foot. And of course, deeper still if I draw the left knee in towards the chest. One more deep breath. On the exhale, lower the left foot down, bending the right knee. So both knees are pointed up, both feet are planted. So we're going to, depending on where you are, like typically for assisted bridge, I have it at the 2nd setting or the medium setting. So just lift off of the block, turn that block onto the 2nd setting. And then when you place the block, you're placing it at your sacrum. So your sacrum is not your lower spine, it's not the small of your back, and it's also not at your tailbone. It's kind of that in-between space. So you just play around with it just a little bit. When you release your hips down onto the block at this setting, into the sacrum, this should feel like an amazing release. If it doesn't feel good, either move it down or move it up just a little bit until you can find that sweet spot, because this should feel like a really incredible release. So feet are planted, bring the heels in close to the hips, and really just soften onto the block. So you're just releasing that jaw, releasing the shoulders away from the ears, feeling the rise and fall of the stomach with the inhale and exhale. The block just gives like an added separation or release to that lower spine, which often we get, you know, a lot of tension from too much sitting or not enough movement. And then while holding the block, just to keep it, the block usually isn't going to go anywhere, but if you like to have a little more confidence when you're starting to release the legs away from the floor. So then you can stretch the right leg up, maybe flex that left foot. And like I said earlier, when we're trying new things, you know, be patient with yourself. It feels different in the body. You can also lower the right leg and then release the left leg up. You can also release both legs up. So maybe just re-situate a little bit on the block so that you have full confidence and stability. If you're worried about the block tipping. And then from here, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together into an inclined butterfly, pressing the bottoms of the feet together. So this is really, we're just mimicking what we've done on the floor in the past. So we've done, this would be legs up the wall with the legs straight. Bottoms of the feet together is an inclined butterfly. You can release both legs up and then come into a wide-legged stretch. It's just different approaches to the same postures that we've done before. But with the block, with the props, it kind of just helps us ease into the positions a little bit more. So just notice what feels good in the body. All of these are inversions for us, so it's great for our heart, it's great for our brain. You can even play with the idea of bending the knees, drawing them closer to the chest. Taking one last deep inhale. On the exhale, slowly release. So keeping that block still on the sacrum, take 3 more deep breaths, just an assisted bridge pose. One more deep breath. On the inhale, lift the hips, come up onto the toes, remove the block, and then slowly roll the spine 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Extending the right leg up. Left leg extends down to the floor, and then lift that left leg as if it's hovering off of the floor. Toes can be bent or flexed. Slowly reaching the arms in front, draw the nose towards the knee. If it feels better to release the left leg down all the way, go ahead. Try not to bring any strain to the neck or the head. And then slowly switching sides. If you need a moment just to release down and then start again, you can release that right leg, release the shoulders, and then slowly curl up, nose towards the knee, and then hover the right leg. Slowly release, switching sides, 1 more time on each side. Inhale, hover the left leg, nose towards the knee. Slowly switch. Continue that breath. And then slowly start to release. Arms out into a T, draw the knees in towards the body. Release the knees to the left-hand side, looking out over the right. Planting the left hand on the top of the right leg, drawing a deeper twist. Both shoulders are on the mat. And then slowly switching sides. Resetting the spine at center. And then releasing the knees to the right hand side, looking out over the left, planting the hand on top of the left leg. Deep inhales and exhales. On the next exhale, draw the spine back to neutral, knees in towards the chest, give yourself a hug, and then release the whole body down. Extend the legs long, engage the legs, and then soften and release. Release the feet out to the long edge of the mat. Soften the arms next to the side, palms facing up, chin slightly towards the chest, invite the eyes to close. Start to slow the inhales and exhales down. Feel the vibration of the body in the soles of the feet. Soften the tops of the feet and release each toe one at a time. Release any tension from the lower legs, from the knees. Soften the upper legs. Release any tension from the hips, from the lower spine. Release and soften the stomach. Release any tension from the upper spine. Press the shoulders into the earth and then soften and release. Release any tension from the chest, from the heart space. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms. Feel the tops of the hands connected with the earth and the vibration of the body in the palms of the hands. Release each finger one at a time. Release any tension from the neck, soften the jaw. Release the cheeks, the ears, the nose. Release any tension from the eyes and the forehead. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, release from the top of the head, washing over the body and through the bottoms of the feet. For just a few moments, I'll let you rest, and then you'll hear my voice again. As you start to hear the sound of my voice, start bringing awareness back to your space. Noticing the stillness. Giving a moment of gratitude for that stillness. Inviting small movements into the fingers and toes. Maybe taking a stretch overhead. As you feel ready, slowly roll to one side, drawing the knees in towards the chest, keeping the eyes closed. Always inviting gratitude and thanks for everything that the body is capable of doing. Everything that the body does on its own without your conscious knowledge of it. Gratitude for that. It's a miracle. Gratitude for the mind's ability to be still, knowing that it is our choice to allow that stillness. Knowing that each one of us has trauma. It doesn't even need to be major life events for it to be trauma. Our brain needs that space to heal so that we can be gentle with ourselves and we can extend that gentleness to others so that we're not taking that trauma and bleeding it onto the other people, creating their own trauma from it. Let your body, let your brain, let your spirit have an opportunity to heal itself. Give yourself the space and the grace to be able to allow some peace and stillness in. Know that you are beautifully and perfectly made, just the way that you are, exactly the way that you are. The world is so lucky to have you show up vulnerably and authentically. Notice the people that you allow yourself to be truly yourself. Let that feel amazing. Let that ignite a little fire so that you can be genuinely authentic to all the people that you encounter. That's where we find our tribe. As you feel ready, slowly join me in a seated posture, fingertips to the earth one last time to help us feel grounded as we enter the day. Finding your alignment, drawing that chin towards the chest just a little bit, noticing how great that feels to open up the very top of the spine. Soften the jaw. On the inhale, open the arms up wide, collect up this beautiful energy you helped create in your own space, right in the palms of your hands. Exhale to heart center, thumbs to the heart, reminding us we are never alone and we are always connected by no mistake. May you be safe, may you be well, may you be at ease, and may you know peace. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.